Brian Feinerman, and this is your Fast Money Trade School. Feel like you're getting lost at sea in the stock market? One tip to find your way: follow the whales, Wall Street's most powerful investors. These heavy hitters have to disclose their biggest holdings. Just check out a 13F form filed quarterly to see what Buffett or Icahn have been buying. But before you dive in head first, remember, even whales can get beached. Class dismissed.
I'm a whale watcher. I'm a whale watcher. I'm a whale watcher. Are you? Does this market have you down? Well, then let's do some Wall Street whale watching. Hello, I'm Brian Mckeon, partner at the JMB FLP. Today we'll be looking at number 38, my list of the 100 top traders. Now today we'll be looking at the Motley Fool caps, bullishbabo. Using this strategy has put me in top 3% in the most recent CNBC tournament with returns of over 53%. And what we merely do is follow the holdings of the richest, most successful investors out there, and we find their holdings through these free websites. Then we get an average analyst ranking through these free websites. Now again, I'd like to remind you that all analyst recommendations are as of August 4th, 2010. Now looking at the holdings of bullishbabo that you find on the Motley Fool caps, you can see that CPHI and SSL both come in as strong buys. Then you have ALN, NIV, BSPM, DRWI, DSX, GNK, and J&J all come in as moderate buys at this time. You can also see the rest of his holdings that come in as a moderate buy and sell ratings at this time. Now when you go to the charts, you can see that CPHI is in a general downturn and is currently trading under all of its moving averages. The momentum indicator, stochastics, is starting to indicate a bit of an up move, but not quite yet into that confirming pattern. And since you're currently under all of its moving averages, I look for it having a hard time moving higher. As for SSL, you can see that we're having a bit of a golden cross here. Stochastics is recently embedded, so this one looks like it could be running higher up to its old highs back of April. As for ALN, you can see that it's underneath all of its moving averages, but stochastics is oversold. Now you could see it start to roll up and start improving, or you could see the momentum indicator stochastics embed and move further downward in a downtrend. So if the stochastic and momentum indicator starts to give you some upside, you could see this one possibly moving up and bumping up against its 40 and 50-day moving averages. But if stochastics goes lower, I'd look for it to hit new lows about where it was in June. As for NIV, you can see that it's also underneath all of its moving averages. Stochastics has indicated this one's lower, and it looks like it will continue to go lower. So I'd look for that momentum indicator to push this one lower. But the chart pattern is indicating that it looks just to be heading sideways. So overall, I'd look for this stock to just move sideways to lower for now. As for BSPM, you can see that this one's a recent IPO and is currently underneath all of its moving averages. And it's had a bit of a recent uptrend in the last week or so, and the momentum indicator, or stochastics, is indicating a potential up move. So I could see this one possibly hitting its 40-day moving average in the near term. And then once stochastics gets into the overbought level, I'd look to reevaluate it once it got up around that level. As for DRWI, you can see that this is the first day the stock has a 200-day moving average. And the momentum indicator, or stochastics, are getting close to the overbought level. But you are still in an uptrend, so I'd look for this one to move up to its 100-day moving average before stalling out. As for DSX, you can see that it's in a bit of a trading range between its 50-day moving average and its 100-day moving average. So I'd look for this one to consolidate sideways based on the chart pattern. Even though stochastics is indicating a down move, you have some good support with several of its key moving averages holding it steady there. So I'd look for this one just to move sideways for now. As for GNK, you can see that it's currently in a tight trading range between 3 of its moving averages, and the stochastic indicator is moving sideways for now. So I'd look for this one just to continue sideways in its trend for now. As for Johnson & Johnson, you have a lot of red balance of power, so that's typically a bearish sign. But the stochastics or momentum indicator is indicating an uptick, which is viewed by this recent up move here. And since you're stalling out around the 50-day moving average, I'd look for it to stabilize for a while and most likely continue to move up to its 100-day moving average before stalling out. So, in review, the strong buys are CPHI and SSL, and the moderate buys are ALN, NIB, BSPM, DRWI, DSX, GNK, and Johnson & Johnson. And again, I'd like to remind you that all analyst recommendations are as of August 4th, 2010. And if you'd like a more up-to-date look at the holdings of bullishbabo, you can find them on the Motley Fool Caps. And then you can get an average analyst ranking through these free websites. Now again, I'd like to remind you of my disclaimer. Disclaimer, I am not a licensed investment advisor, and the investments I am showing you today are what I'm doing for my friends and family's accounts. And I am not affiliated with any of the websites used to determine these rankings. And I currently own none of the stocks discussed today. So again, this is Brian Mckeon from the JMB FLP saying thank you and see you next time for I'm a Whale Watcher. Hello, I'm Brian Mckeon, creator of The Predatory Lender. Now if the previous was a little too boring for you, try joining the Predatory Lending team as they go on their intergalactic adventures trying to hunt down the next great investment opportunity for you.